This is Elman Woodson. You know, I used to think for the longest time that you were you were really only impressionable in middle school, high school, in college. I didn't think that you were that impressionable, that we were that impressionable after college and into adulthood, because for some reason in my mind, I just thought that, maybe we figured it out. We were more knowledgeable. We could just do. We knew what we wanted to do. But the truth is that you are always being impacted by your environment, always being impacted by the things that are going on around you. Always. The things that are going on around you, the relationships that you are in, the people that are in your environment, the things that you are choosing to listen to on a daily basis, the way that you choose to go about doing things, the books that you choose to read, the movies that you choose to read, the movies that you choose to watch, the radio that you choose to listen to, it's all impacting you every single day, every step of the way. Have you ever noticed that sometimes you wake up thinking about a song that you had been saying the other day? You ever notice that you wake up sometimes thinking about a person or a situation that may have occurred because you know why? Because you were impacted by that experience. You were impacted by that experience, by that thing that happened in your life, by that thing that happened in your environment. That's why it's so important for you to recognize that you are always being impacted or influenced in some kind of way by your environment. So you have to be very careful about who and what is in your environment. One thing I want you to think about is I want you to think about being conscious of the people around you. Who's around you? Who are the people that you have hanging around you on a regular basis? What are they talking about? Have you ever thought about the fact that sometimes, like I remember how Les Brown even used to say, you hang around with enough losers, you're going to be a loser. Who are you hanging around? Are you hanging around people who can challenge you, whose very life, very thought process makes you say, I want to think about that better? Whose life is impacting you in a way that makes you say, you know what? I think there's more in me and I want to actually push myself to do to act like you're acting and do what you're doing. Have you ever thought about that? Some people don't even take that into consideration, but I want to bring it to your attention now because we're still in January and there's a lot to get done. Deal with this now. Deal with this now. Get yourself together. Think about the people who are around you. Think about the people who are in your orbit who may be wasting your time. Don't let another month go by. Don't let another 3 months. Don't let another 6 months. Don't let another year go by and you have wasted your time with people who don't want the best for you, who aren't seeking the best for themselves, which in turn makes you want to seek the best for yourself. Don't spend that time. Don't waste that time. You don't have time to waste. Get around people who are doing something with their lives, who are doing something with themselves, not just partying their lives away. People who want to make an impact, people who want to do something, people who are challenging themselves. It's time. And it's time for you to mature your dreams and your desires now. The next thing that I wanted to bring to your attention is, what are you doing on a regular basis? What are you putting on the inside of you on a regular basis that will help to impact your own mental environment? Because now I've talked about people, now I'm talking about what are you doing? What are you doing? Zig Ziglar had this thing where he used to say he'd get in his car and it would become Automobile University. I think it's so fascinating because nowadays you have people who are riding in their cars, pumping nothing but music all the time, drowning out any sense of knowledge that they could have. But what are you doing? There's so many tools that you can use now. We have Audible where you can listen to books. You can listen to tapes. You can listen to different things, different educational things that help you to become more knowledgeable. Now, I'm not saying that all you do is listen to that. I'm not saying that because there's a time and a place for everything. But what I am saying is that when you have the opportunity, when something comes to you and you know you need to learn something more about it, how are you challenging yourself to do that? When you ride in your car and you have nothing but that free space of time to take something else in, to get some other way of thinking, are you doing it? And if not, why? You have the time. Focus on what you can learn. Focus on what you can become. Focus on the people who are around you. Focus on the mentality that you can develop now. Listen, people are making all kinds of New Year's resolutions. I'm not a huge advocate of New Year's resolutions, but I am an advocate of action. I'm an advocate of doing the best that I can at all times. That's what I'm an advocate for. And I'm an advocate for you to become the best you that you can be. And what I'm saying is that you can use this opportunity to seek knowledge for yourself. Use this opportunity to seek out information that you wouldn't have otherwise sought out. Put down the remote control. Put down the movies. Pick up a book. Pick up an Audible book. Pick up some type of YouTube learning. There's so many ways that you can learn and do different things. And what I'm saying to you is, don't waste your time. Focus your energy. Make sure that the people who are in your orbit are all about progressing, all about moving forward, all about doing the best that they can with their life that they have. You don't want to be a couch potato. You don't want to be around people who aren't really doing much with their life, who don't know what their next step is going to be, who don't know what they want to do and what they want to accomplish in life. You want people whose very life, very essence is encouraging you to be better. Encouraging you to be the best you that you can be. And that's what time it is. It's time for you to do that. And then it's time for you to work on yourself, for you to find the material that you need to become the better person. Your environment is always impacting you, whether you want to admit it or not. Are you in a relationship that maybe you shouldn't be in? Are you doing something that maybe you shouldn't be doing that you know that you could be doing better? Focus on your progression. Focus on your development. Focus on it. Focus like a laser beam on it. Let's go for it, people. We don't have a lot of time to play around. It's time to go for what you want. Go get it. Your environment is always impacting you. Be careful of your environment and be knowledgeable of people who are around you. Be knowledgeable of the things that you want to learn. Go after it. Seek it. This is Elman Woodson with your 5 minutes of motivation. Your environment's always impacting you. Get with the right people. Get in the right place. I'll see you on the other side.